Hello all. Today we are going to discuss about the top 20 questions and answers that cover the fundamental concepts and practices in automation testing. These are the some interview questions and answers which are suitable for the beginners or who have just started with the automation testing learning or just started their work in automation testing. So and if you means for example you are preparing for the next company's interview and you are having experience of only 6 months or very few months of experience in automation testing, so these are the few questions and answers that will help you. So the first most important and the mostly asked question is the basically what is automation testing. So I have already explained in previous video, but here you I will explain you the different perspectives of this questions answer, or in what way you can answer this question. So the way you can explain like automation testing is the use of specialized tools and script to automate the repetitive task and regression test scenario that are otherwise difficult, time consuming, or impractical to perform manually. Or automation testing involves using a specialized software tools to execute the pre-scripted test on software application, or you can say it compares the actual result with the predicted result to ensure that the software behaves as per expectation. These are the two ways you can answer the question of what is automation testing. Then the next question is, what are the benefits of automation testing, or why do we need automation testing? So the most of the benefits are like automation testing helps in reducing repetitive manual testing efforts. Then it improves the test coverage, allows for faster execution of test, enables the early detection of defect, and enhances the overall testing efficiency. Then the next is, what are the popular automation testing tools you have worked with? So as per your experience or whatever the tools you have used, you can explain over here. But some popular examples of tools, like examples include the Selenium driver, then Appium, which is used for mobile testing, then HP UFT, Unified Fundamental Testing, then Test Complete, JUnit, TestNG, etc. Mention any tool you have hands-on experience with. Then the next is, what are the different types of automation framework? So basically the different automation frameworks are data driven framework. So tests are driven by external data set. Then key driven framework. So tests are organized by keywords in the tabular format. Then modular framework, where the tests are broken down into smaller or independent modules. Then hybrid framework, it combines the element of multiple framework. Then behavior driven development BDD framework, it uses the natural language specification. Then what are the difference between functional testing and regression testing? So in functional testing, verifies that the piece of software behaves as expected according to its functional requirement. And in regression testing, ensures that the recent changes to code base have not adversely affect previously working feature. Then what are the criteria of selecting test cases for automation? So test cases suitable for automation should be uh, repetitive in nature. Then it have a practical outcome, or you can say the predictable outcome must be there. Then it must be critical to business, that have high probability of regression, and it must be time consuming or complex to perform manually. So these test cases you can select for automation. Then how do you handle a dynamic element in web? Selenium WebDriver. So basically, a dynamic element such as those with the changes in IDs or attribute can be handled using the tech, techniques like XPath or CSS selector that target a stable present elements or attribute that are less likely to change. Then what is the test automation framework and why it is important? So basically, the test automation framework, it provide you can say set of guidelines, or it has some coding standards and some best practices for creating and designing the test cases. So it helps you to ensure efficiency and maintainability and scalability of automated test. Then Next question is, how do you report defect found during automation testing? So basically, the defect found during automation testing should be reported with the detailed step to reproduce, then screenshots, logs, expected versus actual result, severity, any other relevant information. They should be logged in into defect tracking tools like a Jira or Bugzilla. Then how do you ensure the reliability of automation test? So the reliability of automated test can be ensured by regular maintenance and updates of the test script, then ensuring test data consistency and environment stability, then proper synchronization and error handling in script, and periodic review and optimization of test cases. Then what are the types of automation testing you are familiar with? So basically, as per your experience, you can tell them which types of automation testing you have done. So I will share with you here some few examples. Like, I'm familiar with, you can say, like functional automation testing. So it involves the testing functionality of software. Then regression automation testing, where you ensure the new changes does not affect the existing functionality. So these are the some types of automation testing you have worked on. As for beginners level, these two are sufficient, like functional automation testing and regression automation testing. Then the next is, can you name few popular automation testing tools? So here, same, the Apache Jmeter or Selenium WebDriver, Catalan Studio. These are the some tools you can explain them. Then the next question is, what is Selenium WebDriver? So basically, the Selenium WebDriver is widely used as an open source automation testing tool that allow you to automate a web browser across different platforms, and it supports the various languages like Java, Python, C Sharp, etc. for writing test script. Then explain the difference between manual testing and automation testing. So what is the difference? The manual testing involves manually executing test case without using any automation tool, whereas automation testing involves automation of tools to execute pre-scripted test on the software application. Then how do you select test cases for automation? So test cases suitable for automation should be repetitive, time consuming, uh, are which you can select for automation. Then what are the basic components of test automation framework? So a test automation framework typically include test script or test cases, then test data, object repository, test execution engine, reporting mechanism. Then how do you handle test data in automation testing? The test data can be managed using external data sources such as Excel spreadsheet, CSV file, database, or data driven testing framework, where data is separated from test script, reusability, and maintenance. Then, how do you handle dynamic elements in automation testing, especially in web application? So, uh, basically, the dynamic elements you can handle in automation testing can be using like this data is stored in separated test script, so you can handle that particular data. So these are managed by some external data sources which are stored in different types of file. You can use it. Then the next question is, how do you report found how do you report how do you report a defect found in during the automation testing? So basically, the defect, uh, you can whatever will be the defect you found, you can report by using some tools like Jira or Bugzilla, whichever will be used in your company. Then what are the best practices for writing effective test automation script? So basically, the effective to the best practices include writing clear and readable test script, then using meaningful variable name, then implementing proper error handling and using weights and assertion effectively, and maintaining modularity and reusability. So these are the questions which covers the fundamental concepts and the practices in automation testing, and providing you solid foundation for interview preparation. So these are the some ways how do you prepare for your answer based on your experience and understanding of automation testing principles. So these are the some questions and answers which will help you for beginning level. So thank you all for watching video. Please do comment on which point you want next video. Thank you.